Welcome to the FitMoney Flipped Lesson Plan for Investing for Retirement. This is the last in our investing series, and it's a bit of a bonus lesson. I know it seems strange to plan for retirement at your age, but the sooner you start, the better. Let's start by thinking about how do retired people who aren't getting a paycheck from a job they go to afford to live without a paycheck coming in? If you answered any of the above, you've got a good idea to start with about retirement. Maybe it's Social Security payments, maybe a pension from the job they worked. Maybe they've made different investments in accounts like a 403b or a 401k or a Roth or other IRA. We'll talk a little bit more about what each of these are over the course of this lesson. On your handout titled Retirement, you've got 3 columns. Take a couple notes on these sources of retirement income. First, and maybe most famously, is Social Security. This is a government program that pays a percentage of your pre-retirement income based on your lifetime earnings. So each paycheck generally has money for Social Security taken out. Based on your lifetime earnings, you get a check from the government once you retire in order at a certain age that will help you maintain your lifestyle. Your Social Security is paid for, again, by those deductions during your working years as taxes. The amount of your Social Security check after retirement age depends on your lifetime earnings and how soon in your 60s you choose to start getting those Social Security benefits. It is not meant to be the only source of income for retirees, and it is currently underfunded. So you shouldn't rely on Social Security to pay you through retirement, especially if you plan to retire in your 60s and live for another 20 to 30 some years. Retirement investment accounts are special types of investment accounts, long-term investments that workers contribute to while they work. The money invested grows to become a source of income during retirement. For most of these accounts, you can put money in now while you're young, take advantage of the time value of money, and end up with a much larger amount when you retire, which you can then withdraw after retirement age without penalty. The type of retirement account, 401k, 403b, or IRA, and the size of your contributions depends on the type of company you work for and how much money you make. You generally get to choose the percentage of your paycheck that you add to these retirement accounts, and many companies will match the money you invest. If you take the money out of one of these retirement investment accounts early, before the age of 65, most of them will charge you a penalty or a fee. Something to think about before you dip into your retirement savings. Pensions are a lot less common today, but they're a fixed amount payment, usually monthly, that some employers guarantee their workers when they retire. They were a lot more common up to and through the 1980s. Nowadays, most of the jobs that provide pensions are government jobs, teaching jobs, nursing jobs, military jobs, or sometimes even jobs in pharmaceuticals. If you work for the company for a certain number of years, say 20, they make a promise to take care of you via a pension. Again, this can be very expensive now that people are living longer, so pensions are a lot less common today. Now that you know something about these sources of retirement income, let's go ahead and make a prediction. Which of these do you think has the greatest effect on the growth of a retirement fund? Do you think that you can make the biggest difference by raising the amount you put into your retirement fund at the beginning, or making sure that your money has the most time in the account as possible to grow, or the percentage of your salary that you contribute to your account every year? Make a prediction on this, A, B, or C. We're going to go ahead and test your prediction. I'm not just going to give you the answer. In a moment, we'll ask you to pause this video and go to nerdwallet.com/investing/retirement-calculator. You're going to fill in the following scenarios information one at a time. So, for example, first, you'd put in the calculator that you're 3 years old, earning $70,000 in salary a year, you don't have any money in the bank, and you're going to start putting 10% of every paycheck, which is recommended, into your retirement account. Take note of how that turns out for you on your handout under the Calculate Your Retirement tab. Then input the information from Scenario 2 and Scenario 3. As you compare those, answer these following questions on your worksheet. Which had a greater effect on the growth of your money? The starting amount, the earlier start, or the larger contribution each year? Why do you think that is? And when can you actually start contributing to a retirement account? Now's a great time to pause the video and try out your predictions using the NerdWallet retirement calculator. Come back to this video when you're done. Now that you've tested your prediction a little bit, we're going to get into a little bit more of the basics of investing for retirement. We'll watch this video briefly, but first we want to clue you into a couple important vocabulary lessons. First is retirement planning. This is the process of determining how much income you're going to need in retirement and the steps you'll need to take from wherever you are to achieve those goals. A 401k is a type of individual retirement account offered by employers or big companies you work for that gives employees a tax break on money that they set aside for retirement. So if you were to donate, say, $100 from this paycheck to your IRA, that might reduce your taxable income by $100. A 403b plan is a type of individual retirement account offered by public schools and other tax-exempt organizations or nonprofits that gives employees a tax break on the money set aside for retirement. A contribution is one way that we talk about a payment made into a fund or retirement account. An allocation, or to allocate something, is to give a certain amount or portion of money to a particular product. So you might allocate different parts of your paycheck to different types of retirement or savings accounts. Tax deferred means a kind of account where tax isn't applied to the money when you earn it today as you're working, but is applied to the money when it's withdrawn, presumably when you're retired. With these vocabulary words in mind, let's watch this video on investing basics.
Retirement is something we all look forward to, a time when we can kick back and relax. We all know the goal of retirement savings, to have enough money to cover our expenses and to have a little left over for the fun stuff. What's tricky is knowing the best way to pursue those goals, like how much to save and which investments to choose. So let's go over some retirement planning basics. To plan for retirement, you need to decide 3 things: your savings goal, what type of retirement account you'd like to open, and how you'll manage the money in your account. Let's begin with your savings goal. Creating a retirement plan helps you figure out when you're going to retire and how much money you'll need to live comfortably. By identifying how big your nest egg should be, you'll be able to determine how much you need to save each month and how to allocate your investments. One quick way to come up with a retirement savings goal is by using a retirement calculator. These calculators are easy to find online and are usually free to use. By answering a few basic questions, like your age and how much you plan to save each month, you can then estimate how much money you'll have when you retire. After establishing a savings goal, your next step might be to open a retirement account. Be sure to talk with your broker, financial advisor, or tax person to discuss what kind of retirement account might be right for you. There are a number of different retirement accounts available. Let's examine some of the most common. Most retirement accounts are either employer-sponsored or individual accounts. Employer-sponsored accounts are retirement accounts offered by a company to its employees. One example of these is a 401k retirement savings plan. Employer-sponsored accounts can provide a number of benefits, including automatic paycheck withdrawal and tax benefits. Some companies even match part of its employees' contributions. One drawback to employer-sponsored accounts is that your choices for how you'd like to invest your money may be limited. If your employer offers any retirement benefits, you should examine the details to determine whether opening an employer-sponsored account is right for you. If your employer does not offer any of these benefits, or if you would like to supplement your existing retirement savings with another account that offers more investment choices, then you may want to open an individual retirement account or IRA. One of the primary benefits of an IRA is that it allows your investments to grow tax-deferred. In an IRA, you can typically invest in a wide variety of products like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. There are several types of IRAs. Let's compare 2 of the most common: a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. When choosing between the 2, the primary question you need to ask yourself is, do I want to pay income tax now with a Roth IRA or later with a traditional IRA? With a Roth IRA, you pay taxes on your contributions now. However, with a traditional IRA, you are not taxed on your contributions. Instead, you pay taxes when you reach retirement age and begin withdrawing money from the account. But it's worth noting that if you also contribute to an employer-sponsored retirement account, your contributions to a traditional IRA may not be deductible. So, which tax benefits are better for your retirement savings? Well, that depends. Do you think your income tax rate is higher now, or will it be higher when you reach retirement? If you expect income tax rates to be higher when you reach retirement, a Roth IRA may be preferred. However, distinct tax implications represent just one of the differences between a Roth and a traditional IRA. Be sure to investigate all the details of each IRA before you open an account. Once you've opened a retirement account and started making contributions, the final step is deciding how you will invest your money. Your choice depends on how actively you want to manage your portfolio. Do you want to actively manage your investments yourself? Or would you prefer to leave your investing up to a financial professional? Maybe you're somewhere in the middle and want some say in how your money is invested, but don't want to have to check your portfolio every day. Check what services are available with your retirement account. Many institutions provide a variety of choices that allow you to be as active as you would like when it comes to your retirement investing. Now that you know a few basics about retirement planning, the next step is up to you. Set your goal, establish your retirement accounts, and start saving. The best time to start saving is today.
Now that you've watched this video on investing basics, answer these questions. What are the two main types of retirement accounts? What does it mean to have an employer match your contributions? What's the main difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA? And which IRA would you invest in if you think your income is higher now before you retire? Those 4 questions are on your handouts. Finally, we'd love for you to start thinking about the facts and suggestions on this graphic. Most importantly, why is it important to save for your retirement? What difference does it make when in your life you start saving? The answer is make sure you start saving sooner rather than later. The time value of money will mean that a dollar you invest today is worth so much more to you when you retire than it would be if you wait. So again, the sooner the better, and anything you can put away for your retirement will serve you well.